All right, hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. I'm Hansel. I'm here with my best buddy Wayne. We run a company called The Coder School together, and boy, have we had some fun adventures in the last 10 years getting to where we are today. Thinking back, it made us realize that, as the podcast title says, we are so Asian. It's pretty cool to hear the adventures of other interesting and successful Asians out there. So that's what this podcast is all about. Wayne, what kind of awesome guest do we have today?
All right, we have an awesome guest for sure. Our guest today is from Hawaii. Aloha, everybody out there. Where he graduated from University of Hawaii, Manoa, with a BA in architecture. Took that architecture degree and got an awesome job with Disney, the Disney with the mouse and all. So designed lots of amazing things for them. We want to hear all about that. Got to travel, worked at all the different locations like LA, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and finally led him to starting his own design group. So let's welcome Greyson Lum.
Oh yeah, the Disney
Nice.
All right, well, Greyson, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being on, my man.
Hi guys. Nice to be here.
Yeah. I know you're out in the middle of work right now. You're actually jumping out of a meeting just for our podcast. Appreciate that.
Yeah, they think I'm in the restroom, so I think I'm just going to be gone for about 2 hours.
Yeah. You got to take a long dump.
It's been a big lunch.
So kick us off here, Greyson. Tell us a bit about what you're doing now.
As you said, I'm part of a group of designers called Bakery, and we're called Bakery because there's two versions of why we call ourselves Bakery. One is Bakery because it's like baking a cake, and it takes many special ingredients to make something so special as a finale, cool. Like a cake and all. So, and Baker the E stands for excitement, energy, enthusiasm, all that.
Awesome.
And
but
that's basically
it's a very specific design firm, right? I mean, because when I think design firm, I think, hey, custom house or whatever, because that's, I think, more typical, at least that I know of. But you design some really cool stuff. Tell us like what kinds of stuff you guys design.
Yeah. So we're all a bunch of ex-Disney guys who used to work for Walt Disney Imagineering, and we have a bunch of architects, interior designers, graphic designers, and show set designers. And when you have that much creativity loose in the world, that's very opportunistic.
Right.
It's very Asian of you. You're like, there's very loose talent out there, and I have to know how to collect it all and gather that for our own benefit. So we created a design group called Bakery, and that's how we came about. And then right now we just take on projects for groups like Disney. One of our clients is Netflix. Another client has been Colgate toothpaste, and another one has been Ayala Land in Philippines. And each one of these groups always ask us for our creativity as about what could we come up with that is unique and has a story aspect. And then that's where we roll up our sleeves and we put our heads together and we from different locations and say, okay.
For Disney, since you all used to work there and then now they're hiring you back, can you guys just say, we want double of what you were paying us before? You have a little more leverage, I guess. Or
sure, as a vendor, you've been getting paid a lot more. But give us an example of what you make, because when people come out of a design degree, I always think they sort of design, I don't know, websites or houses or whatever, and it just looks like what we see in the world. Mm-hmm. But what you design is stuff that you only see if you're in a special place, like a Disneyland or Universal. So, like, what are some of the coolest things that you've designed that you can tell us about?
Well, everything is based upon story. So it depends. Like when we were in our Disney days, some of my projects were the international theme parks, like Hong Kong and Shanghai. So
like the castle or whatever ride in there, like you guys, like when you were working there, one of you guys designed it? You're like, I want the ride to go this way, and here's the graphic.
Yeah, that would be one of the asks. Like, we always work with art directors and storytellers, and my portion of work was architecture. So our work would basically encompass the storytelling as well as everybody's ideas and putting it all together in one box and make sure that everyone.
So if they give you their character's story, like Ratatouille or whatever, we got this mouse and he's a chef. and they give you the story, and then you go with this team of people and say, let's build a roller coaster ride where he's going through a kitchen or whatnot. And then
Correct, correct.
and then
It
from
always comes with a first story or someone's idea, and then from there
okay.
everyone riffs on it. Like, well, what if Ratatouille's hair was on fire or something like that?
Right,
And how do
right.
we capture that there was evidence that it was a fire here? Or how do we capture the story of he ran through this doorway but crashed through this window instead? So those kind of things we try to storytell within
That's
the
so
design
cool.
work.
That it's kind of
And
sounds almost like you're kind of like writing a movie script almost, but it's more it comes out as a physical thing.
oh
That's
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
such
yeah.
a cool
Like
job.
part of our for a very long time, I had to design fantasy lands for Disney, and then boy, we designed so many of those.
Are, are
And
there ones you can say that that's mine? Like I was a designer for that ride?
oh yeah, well, architecturally, we did a lot of fantasy lands, and I work with a lot of amazing architects and designers as well. So it's not only just me, but together we kind of created these villages and these environments. So taking example for Fantasyland, if anyone has been to a Disney Fantasyland, it's always a village, and but if you look closer and deeper, every facade is slightly different. And then if you look a
Hmm.
little bit deeper than that, each one has a story. It's like one one door will have a mop and bucket outside, and then the other one will
Oh
have baked
wow.
goods outside, and then another one will have a broken window outside of it, and then you'll have a chair
That's
maybe loosely
crazy.
outside of it, and then the guests have to kind of figure out what the story is for each of those personalities of the occupants of each of those people.
That's
So
so
Dang.
not only are we designing something that is timeless, we have to make sure that we're telling a story of chronological time. So, for example, whenever we're designing something for Indiana Jones, for example, if it's a ruin, we always have to say, okay, to the builders, I know you're building it now, new, but
Right.
this portion of the building is 2,000 years old.
yeah.
But then later on, 100 years later on, they added this. So this has to look like it's kludged onto
Oh
this. And
dang.
then another 100 years after that, the growth of the banyan tree kludged itself on top of this next piece of construction. And then the occupants after that added itself to that. So those layers of storytelling that people kind of take for granted
I
are
definitely am one that kind of take it for granted. I think that I couldn't come close to catching all that detail, but I think subliminally that's why I love like when you walk in there, you just feel like this is amazing. And I think it might be subliminal for someone like me. I mean, I'm probably like just looking to get a turkey drum leg or something, like
yeah.
where's the frozen lemonade or something. But I think that it has the effect though, because it's all around me and I feel it probably, but I
Yeah,
might not
that's cool.
necessarily
So it's
catch
not
all
just
that
the
detail.
rides that you would do or the buildings, it's everything. It's like how somebody walks through the park, where the paths go, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds that's amazing. How many of you guys were working at like a Disney? How many like architects like you would be responsible for, Disney, let's say World?
You mean in my group now, or
Or like
basically?
when you were at Disney, like how many of you guys?
Oh, these
Yeah, like how,
some of these groups are just endless. I mean, there could be a team of there's a lot of architects, right? But there's always a project lead for the
Yeah.
architect. But each land has a lead architect, but below them they have a whole army of production designers and
Mhm.
architects and character facade people. It's very in depth. To kind of go through this kind of thing because and then the hard thing is to kind of grab everyone's personalities and everyone's brilliant ideas and
Sure.
consolidate and put it together in one design. And that's what we find is kind of like the uniqueness of what we're doing. A lot of people don't, like Wayne, like you said, you don't realize it's there, but it's
absolutely.
it's there. And there's a fan base, and believe it or not, there's a huge fan
There's a
base. Like
huge
when
fan
I
base.
yeah, because
Yeah.
when I did, I was one of the leads for American Waterfront in Tokyo Disney Sea, and it's a 1920s New York style,
Mhm.
kind of era, kind of like Broadway.
Right. Yeah, that
For fun,
1920s.
I put my telephone number in Hawaii. It's that 7 digits, 808, da 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 da. And then I got an email randomly from this guy, and they said that, did you know that in 1920s New York they never had 7 digits? And I'm like, And I'm like, first of all,
Wow, that's
who the
detailed.
hell are you? And then
Yeah, who the hell
thinking,
are
damn,
you?
you're right. You're right. So it shows that there's another level of detail that you have to go into that to make sure that if anyone is doing a receipt on me, that we're doing our homework. And
Yeah,
we learned
that's
that in our DNA doing this for 30 years at Disney or 27 years for me. And
that's
now
amazing.
we're doing this now for the company that we've created called Bakery, you know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you came right out of college and you went to Disney, like right, that was your first job?
Yeah, it was that's everything with my life and this is kind of will lead up to your last question is that everything is about persistence, I
Mm.
think. And that's I think it was a very Asian thing of me to do is or
Very
this
Asian.
persistence. Just keep on going and just don't ask questions. Now, even how I got into this business was very persistent and kind of like it was interesting. My past, originally origin story when I knew nothing. I still don't know anything, according to my wife. So, but when I first started, it was architecture school because that's what the family. My uncle was an architect. He had his own practice. He did a lot of state and government jobs,
So
and
did the family choose it for you? They were like, "Hey,
It's
Grayson,
sort
you're
of the
going to be an
Asian thing. Like
architect."
this is a good,
yeah,
safe
yeah,
thing. That's
yeah,
very
yeah,
Asian,
Yeah.
right? Like go
yeah.
into something safe, architecture. Your uncle's in there. Just do
Yeah, it
it.
was it was it was very safe because my brother was he wanted to go into med school, very Asian, but
That's
later on
Chinese,
he yeah,
100%.
but he didn't like it and he went to graphic design. And then my mom, I think she heard that and all she heard was graphic. She didn't hear graphic artist, she heard artist, and then she basically wigged the shit out. And then later on when it came to me, then it was like, well, if you're gonna go this art route, you better be look up the Rolodex, architect, and then look, you better learn all this math, and you better learn how to build structures and shit like that, and
Yeah.
then figure
So
out,
at least be an architect.
yeah, at
At
least be an
least be an
architect,
architect.
at least
That's
be an
at
architect,
least
yes.
above just
Yeah,
art.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
And I'm
come
like,
on.
okay, what does that mean? Okay. So then I talked to my uncle, and this is a good backstory. Is my uncle he's an architect, and he's thinking very Asian too. He's like, if I convince you to be an architect, you can work for me.
Nice.
That's ton of
Clever.
I don't have
Asian.
to pay you as much, and I could basically. That was the I think that was the deal. I think that
So he
was
was like,
right
"You
on
should
the
You
totally
can
money.
go into
work
it."
for me, and you're my nephew, so I can get
Yeah,
you
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, you get for. I mean, I don't know if that's his. He'll probably deny it now, but I'm thinking that's what
Right.
I would
Well, that's
think.
also
So,
Asian. You don't admit it, but it's kind of like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like hiring your son to take over your restaurant business. It's like okay, you can
yeah.
ship onions for free compared to me hiring somebody. So then basically, so after that, while I was working with him, right out of high school, I learned how to draw very well, through him. And then just so happened that um, Disney had a international design contest with a lot of the universities out there, and that
Hmm.
that design contest was called Imaginations. So what Imaginations did was they went to a lot of the universities around the country and said, "Come up with a new theme park or attraction for us, and then if you win the grand prize, we'll give you a 6-month internship, here, and you can learn
Wow.
to be an
Nice.
Imagineer." But we weren't thinking that big because I'm from Hawaii and we don't really we just want to just hang out and
Yeah.
and just go to
Drink
the
some
beach
beers. That'd
and
be
drink
good.
beers and just and chill out. So what was interesting to me was Disney said, "Well, we don't want everyone's submission. We want just the top three of every university."
Hmm.
You know, so I remember walking to my car, and then it was just hot, and Disney had a thing on the auditorium, and it said Disney audition. So I just went in there just to enjoy the AC, and they were doing this.
Nice.
Everything was just
That
by
changed your life.
happenstance. Yeah. So
Everything's about like it was damn hot in Hawaii as it is, and you
yeah,
needed
yeah,
some
The
AC.
AC
yeah.
changed your life.
And I went in there, and then they were doing this contest, and then they were announcing, and then I could see what the grand prize was. If you win the local contest, meaning the university contest, I think they were giving you like every participant. If you win the first place, you get 2 grand or something like that. And 2 grand in
Okay.
Jesus Christ, 1990.
It's a
one
lot of
93.
money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I immediately summed up the room and I calculated and I looked around the room and I recognized all my friends. And then I knew that each of those guys can't draw for shit. They were like basically
Right.
maybe one step above stick figures, I think.
Right.
So I'm calculating in my head, this is
I
going to
got a
be the
shot.
easiest $2,000 I'm going to be ever because I can draw beyond stick figures. I know I can draw better than these guys.
Yeah.
So I literally just joined the contest just to get just
2,000
grab prize
bucks.
locally, just to get 2 grand.
But then you ended up getting the Disney internship and then a job
Yeah,
after that?
yeah, yeah. So basically,
That's
so I
insane.
went out and then I headhunted my group. You have to have it's a partnership with, so you have to have a group of 3 people. So I went in and got my group, and then I created like this super group. So I went and headhunted like the best artists, my buddies, and I said, "Okay, you're a really good artist. You're gonna be on my team, and you're a good engineer, and you're gonna be on my team." So we
Smart.
created this group, and then we basically entered the contest, and we won the local contest. And so we're all high-fiving. We're like, so each of us got
Hells
two.
yeah.
My group of 3 people, we're all high-fiving. We're like, okay, we got 2 grand each, and we're rich, we're loaded. Let's do this. Let's just go out and enjoy ourselves. And then, over the summer, I remember that year, it was 92 or something like that. We get a call from Disney, and then they're like, hey, we want to send you over to California. Now you're going to
What?
officially do this presentation to all the executives.
Nice.
So we're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're going to fly us to the
What?
mainland, to LA? And
Right.
then mind you, I've only been to the mainland with my parents,
So
really
you
traveled that
born and
much.
bred in Hawaii. You've been in Hawaii the whole time, high school and everything, all the way through to UH.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I traveled. We traveled quite a
Right.
bit, but we
Okay.
never got to live in another
But
country,
Yeah. The
So
right.
mainland is like another world, basically.
yeah, it wasn't on the radar. It was literally like that's what other people do, Literally
Hmm.
my life at that time was just basically just graduate school, figure out how to get a job, maybe work for the state, and just hang out, get some kids, and then get a 401k, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then
basically,
hang
Yeah.
that's what
out.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you won the contest, man. And so you went, so you started working at Disney, and so that, but you were there, then you must have been there for, like, you didn't stop working at Disney until 2020, I think you said. So you
A
must have
No,
long
no, no.
time.
So basically, I got the internship in 1993, and
yeah, I'm telling
then
you.
after my internship, Disney, it was a 6 month internship. Disney came to me and said, "Hey, we want to hire you full time." And then I'm
That's
like,
Wow.
"I can't." I said, "I got to go to school." And then they go, "What? You mean you didn't graduate school yet?"
Oh,
And
so this was like
What?
you were still like a junior or whatever. So you hadn't
I
graduated.
was a freshman
You're a
in
freshman. Holy
Freshman.
cow! You got
So
a
you're
six
like,
month Disney internship when you were a freshman. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they
And
wanted to hire
basically,
you already. You're like, I'm a sophomore now. I need to go back to school.
yeah,
Holy
Holy
I think I
cow!
cow.
just have, I just have, I think that's when I learned about politics and then how I just got along with a lot of people. So everyone's like, "Oh, you're a cool guy. I'd rather have you on my
Hmm.
team than the other guys." So then I said, "Well, I can't start yet because I have no degree, so I have to finish school." Um, and then so that was about I need 3 years. So and then I had to go back to school, and that's when I met my friends. I met Wayne's wife in architecture school there. I had another internship in Mexico.
Which
I
was
did
not
all that.
Disney.
No, a different
So,
company.
so you had
Wow.
Disney. They let you go back, and then you went to another internship, and but then after you graduated, they let you back to Disney.
No, so this is another story, and it's just my calling. Then after that, I kind of never really kind of followed up on the Disney thing. After I was about to graduate, so I just happened to walk at that time. Architecture school was on the top of the campus. It still is, and in order for you to get your car, you walk from architecture school all the way to the parking lot through campus about like 4 o'clock, and that's usually the time that everyone gets to their car. And it just so happened that that day I was working on something at school, and then everyone went to go get the car, and I'm like, I need 30 more minutes. You guys go first. So 30 minutes pass. I finish whatever I'm doing. I decide to walk to get my car, and it just happened that the person that I internship with was doing another kickoff of a contest at UH again, and
Hmm.
they went to the restroom, and I just bumped by them, and in the way they're looking for the restroom. And I said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And we started talking. And then that person said, "Holy shit, you're here in school." And then we started connecting. And
Mm.
this is before what
Before email wouldn't,
email and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, people weren't emailing.
Yeah, so basically said, so she gave me her card and said that when you graduate or before you graduate, call me before you graduate. Then I said,
yeah.
okay. So I literally took the card and I pointed to where the restroom was so she can go to the restroom. And I stood up,
Right.
so I put in the card, put it in my pocket,
Well,
went to school, and then I went home and talked to my folks, and then I said, do you think I should go to the mainland if I and I mind you, I'm not this is nothing in my Rolodex, this is I had a girlfriend at that time, and I'm like, and I'm just, do I break up? These are big decisions when you're, when you have nothing in your brain, right? These are things. Do I just go? And then my my folks was like, yeah, just go there, take a chance, and then if you get hired, you get hired. You don't, you don't. So I
yeah,
called them up, and then they said, yeah, we want you to start right after school.
that's
So
awesome.
I
So
graduated
what year
school
was that when you started Disney?
1996.
96. So what was
Okay.
going on back then? I mean, the Disney worlds were so different. I was not going to Disney then. I didn't have any kids back then. So was
If
there
you
only, it was like just Disneyland and there's
There
one more?
was Disneyland and Disney World.
Was there
But
anything in
Right.
Japan or
Animal
Shanghai?
Kingdom wasn't around yet. I don't know if you know your Disney parks.
A little bit. But
Animal
you went to
Kingdom is
Japan,
not
right?
around yet. Disney Sea was not around yet. Only Tokyo Disneyland was
Tokyo.
around.
Because
Oh, wow.
did you go to Tokyo first? Was that the first one that you went to do?
Yeah, so what they were doing, I didn't know this at the time. They were ramping up staff. They were ramping up
Hmm.
talent to prepare for this brand new project that they were going to do called Tokyo Disney Sea. And I didn't know that, but they were eyeballing me to be put on one of the lands.
Cool.
But
And
they
Disney
don't tell
Sea
you
is
this.
just, that's how they name their lands there. That seems very
Oh,
sea, like
Disney
a
Sea
letter sea.
is an entire theme park, and within those Disney Sea, it's like Anaheim, Disneyland. The whole property in Tokyo. Maybe I'll back up. In Tokyo, there's two big theme parks for Disney. One is called Disneyland,
Which
and
is
the other one is called Tokyo Disney Sea.
okay.
Disney Sea. Who came up with that name? That seems
Yeah, that's a
not a
weird
very
name for
appealing name
a
to kids.
Disney thing, right?
Well, Disney Sea was a celebration of the seaports, so
Oh,
that's
sea, like
why.
SEAC,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sea
yeah,
like
Right,
the letter
right,
C.
yeah.
right.
Oh.
It's all water stuff. Like there was a whatever thousand leagues below the sea
Correct,
and all
correct. There's
that.
a
Oh,
Mysterious
that's cool.
Island.
Lots of
There's
sea stuff.
Arabian
Yeah,
Coast. Yeah, there's
Disney A,
Lost
B, and
River.
C.
Yeah,
So,
no, no, yeah, it's not like that. Yeah. Oh,
Like,
I get
how
what you're saying.
creative is
Yeah,
that? We're just going by the alphabet. The next one is D. It's
yeah.
super
So,
creative,
yeah,
so
yeah.
then,
But
so then,
yeah.
did you get like access? I mean, I guess you were working really hard, but did you also get access to all the Disney parks, or were you too young to care about that?
You mean access to being go
Like you
before?
can just go into any of the park and just be like, "Hey, I work here. I'm just getting the front of the line."
Oh,
Oh
when
yeah,
I
he
in the
could
front
go.
line now, we tried. That doesn't work. I mean, you get busted for that. But you can get into the parks, not really. I mean, for work, but to be honest, Disney was not my. I didn't have the desire to kind of go into the park. I didn't have that the energy as some of the people I designed for have.
That age, I feel like, yeah. So like right after you graduate, I wasn't into Disney at all until
Yeah,
I had
you're at
kids,
the kind of
right?
the
When you have
older, and
kids,
then
then
yeah, it's more
yeah.
Yeah,
for when
yeah.
But
you're
now you
got
have kids
kids.
now, younger kids, 5 and 8. Do you guys hit the Disney thing or are you sick of it?
Yeah, so now I
Yeah,
pay
no,
I
you're sick
pay
of.
I pay full price for
Oh, really?
everything, which
I guess
sucks.
because you don't work at Disney anymore.
Yeah, yeah. When I was at Disney, I didn't have kids, so I was
So
getting other people's
yeah.
kids in for
I think
free.
you got us in once. I think you would
Yeah,
just
yeah,
meet
yeah,
us
yeah,
and
That's
escort
funny.
us in, and it was really
That's
yeah,
nice of
funny.
you.
So
yeah, yeah. And then but
when you
now,
go
now I
with your
have kids.
kids,
I pay full price and I stay
Pay
in
full price.
longest lines ever.
and
So
it's a lot of money and a lot of lines. And but then when you go in there, are you telling your kids you're like, "Hey, Daddy built that." Like,
I
"Hey,
built that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, daddy help with that. They know that daddy does something fun. They always just see me working and they kind of like always ask me questions
yeah,
and now I try to incorporate them now into this environment, of creativity rather than just because in this world of AI, everything is kind of done for you. And the only thing I think it should be unique is your creativity. They can't take that away from you.
Yeah,
AI will try, but
I was gonna ask, right? Because nowadays, what do you think? Like if you were a graduate with an artistic, like an either art degree or architecture degree, do you think AI will kind of help, kind of wipe that out? I mean, can you just say, "Hey, generate me a awesome ride at Disney," and
An
hit the
awesome
button?
interactive theme park.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, nowadays, I think the kids nowadays are AI is a great tool, to be honest. I don't look at it as a
Uh-huh.
death and destruction
Okay.
because it has helped us with a company, to be honest. So
So you guys use it when you guys
yeah,
make
we use
design.
it a lot. We use it
As a
just to
tool.
start out
Yeah.
as a tool to start out with things. And then we kind of like get our ideas going. It's almost like it's kind of hard to kind of come up with brand new ones if you're starting from scratch. But if you see something, you're like, oh, but wouldn't that be cooler to
Right.
Yeah,
do
an
I
this
idea
or
board.
totally
that?
get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
So you don't think AI will get to the point where it can replace, but it's just a augmentation tool, give you ideas and things like that. But it won't
correct. I
be
don't
where
think
you
it'll
don't.
replace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that camp where the T1000 is not going to come after my job.
You're
They
right,
can
Arnold.
try if they can get into my
The
head.
terminate, I'll be back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not going to get to that level. Right.
It's close. I mean, some of the stuff. My wife thinks so because she goes, "Oh, that's great. You can hire less people." So it's very Chinese of her. But then it's like, no, no, no. We still need human beings to kind of come up with like
Yeah.
the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. So then how long were you at Disney for? So now you
So about 27 years.
Holy
27
cow,
years.
27 years. Did you
That's
have
a
stock?
career.
That stock must have gone crazy for 27 years.
Yeah, yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
If you had
That's
any
insane.
stock given to you at the beginning,
That's
No,
27
well, if I
years.
invested that same money in Nvidia, I would have been
a
Well,
little
there you
richer.
go.
would have been
Move from
I
Disney and
wouldn't
then
be
just,
here. I would be someplace else. I'd be on my
yeah, move it to
the boat.
NVIDIA would have been
So
nice.
tell us about
Yes.
that next step. So 27 years that led you all the way to 2020-ish, and that's when you started thinking.
2020, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. In 2020, basically it was a time when we decided to part our ways at Disney. It was like the max that I wanted. It was a nice change of pace. It was COVID.
Hmm.
I learned so much at Disney, and I can't thank them enough for that. And I had some really good experiences because my career at Disney allowed me to take for granted, be with some very exciting people who were very good and humble. So like I lived in Shanghai for 3.5 years doing that theme park. I lived in Hong Kong for 3 years doing that theme park.
That's awesome.
I lived in Tokyo on and off for a total of 5 years doing the theme parks and resorts and hotels there. And then
Great
during that
experiences.
time, yeah,
Love that.
I got to travel to different vendors who were around the world, to Europe, and to stayed in Thailand for during SARS, because that's another whole story of craziness for
Mhm.
Disney too, and that was kind of excellent. So I got to live in so many different countries,
Yeah,
not
you
knowing
must
how
be
to
like a
speak.
multi-million mile flyer.
No, I
Well,
used to be, but then that's when they take everything out, unless you keep it up. Now I'm a
That's
nobody.
true.
Still
So that
nobody.
was
Yeah,
like a what have you done for me lately? Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And then
So you left
2020
Disney.
was the time, and I guess everyone's mind to can I continue this, or what am I doing with my life, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that was the pivot, right? That was roughly I was gonna hit 50, and I'm like, do I continue this? And being very Chinese, you always don't want to work for somebody. It's called the Chinese cook syndrome, I think. When you're like, well, they're coming to this restaurant because I'm the cook. I'm going to basically break out and not do my own thing. Kind of thing. It's kind of like I got the Chinese cook syndrome and decided, well, I know enough people and I have enough information in my brain. All I have to have is just the persistence and the guts to do it. And
Was it hard to do, or do you literally just call your buddies and they say, "Hey, let's just do this thing together," and then you found your first client somehow?
it
Or
was it was it wasn't that hard because it was COVID and everyone was kind of on their own path and
I
journey
see.
of how to better themselves, right? So at that point, everyone was thinking about my job sucks. So I'm gonna move to Hawaii or I'm gonna move to
That is
California
true. A lot of
or
people move to
yeah,
Hawaii,
yeah.
Idaho, wherever.
Yeah, everyone just moved
Remote.
everywhere. And
yeah,
then it kind of realigned our thinking of do we even at that time I had I had a loft in South Pasadena, and that was going to be my operations. That was going to be the home office. But because COVID happened, it trained us to realize that basically your bread and butter is your creativity. And if people work harder and better when you don't have any locks and chains on them, you know. It's when you've been to Thailand, you've rode those elephants before, right? Those elephants.
Yeah, yeah.
In Thailand, if you want to ride, when I was living in Thailand, and if you want to ride an elephant, you go into the middle of the mountain and they put you on a bench and you're just waiting. And then the guy goes into the forest and gets like
That's a
a
wild
few
one.
elephants and he comes back with elephants and then he hops up on there. I always phrase my guys like these elephants in Thailand. You cannot contain these designers. You cannot it's almost like they have to be you have to have them live their life in their own way. And when you need them, you call them up and then they will show up for you because they everyone we know how to manage our own time and we know what the end result should be. And we
Right.
don't, at the end of the day, everyone's compensated for their time and effort, but it's more about we respect everybody's time. It's not about, did you really work 8 hours or 10
Yeah.
hours? It's
Yeah. Give
about the
everybody their
output.
freedom.
Yeah.
So how did you find, I mean, so the hardest thing when you do a services company like that, when you started is getting that client. Because once you get the client, you got your staff. How did you get your first client and your subsequent clients after that?
Um, I channeled my grandfather. I'm relentless. My grandfather was a salesman. He used to
Okay.
sell little intricate things to tourists. And, like he used to grab like a long time ago things from Hong Kong and had his own little Chinese curio shop. And then he would tell me he would rub shoe polish on it and make it look old and then sell it for like a lot of money, kind of thing.
That's too
Oh,
Basically
yeah.
funny.
relentless and just try to sell,
Just
sell, sell.
sell, sell, sell.
That's what
Yeah.
you're doing. You're like
Sell.
cold calling people and just like, hey, this is
And
what I
Like,
cold
do.
calling,
hey,
yeah. Yeah.
I
The
got
Wow.
this
first the
new
first the
company.
first years were really tough because it's like, where do I start? I have no
Yeah.
clientele. Nobody knows me.
And isn't it scary? I mean, you walked away from a pretty solid, obviously, position, salary, 401k, insurance, all that, and just
Yeah.
kind of had
I think
to.
it was time. I think the company decided that they had to get lean and they had to basically, go down in staff. And then there was a point where I was like, I think I should be the one to kind of goes this way.
Right. You were like, hey, I'm kind of on the
Yeah.
older
I'm
side,
kind of
maybe on the
so yeah.
team,
So it
and
was like that point, like this is the time to do it now. If I don't, I'm gonna basically be in this position for the rest of my life.
But good
right.
for you, man. You said, I think you said, I don't know if it was while we were recording or before, you said this is like the best
The
decision you
best
made.
call you made, right?
So that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's the best. It's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary because it's you don't and just like how you guys did it, you don't know what's behind
Yeah.
what's behind it, and
Well,
you
it was
don't know
much
what
safer
the
for
future
us.
was.
Like I had a separate income. Wayne was working at Oracle for 3 years
Yeah. I
while he
still
was here.
had, yeah, a job
So
at
he was
least.
much safer
So
than you.
unless you kept working at Disney and kind of paralleled it a little
Right.
bit, that would be more
Yeah.
Chinese of you, to be
Oh
honest. Because
Yeah, no
the
risk,
Chinese
man.
advice, honestly, is like you got a job at Disney, don't ever throw it away. Like
That's right.
unless you die, like don't throw it away. Like you can get another job, but don't throw away a good one.
So that's
Yeah.
awesome, Grayson, where you're at now. I mean, how many people do you have in your company? And then how many projects do you guys do at one time?
Well, on and off, we don't have like a huge variety of projects. We just have a lot of big clients, that
Hmm.
always seem to knock on our door. And it's with Netflix, we're doing some things with Netflix houses right now. That's a nice big
Yeah.
client. We're happy with them.
Yeah,
So,
that is
so I know
awesome.
earlier you said you can't talk about exactly what you're doing with Netflix, but tell people like what is a Netflix house?
Yeah, Netflix house, I believe they're opening one in Philadelphia, and then another one in Galleria before the year end. And basically, it's an immersive environment that captures these experiences with all of their current IPs. So I think whatever is the most popular out Wednesdays, and whatever that
Yeah, oh
they have
yeah,
out
Wednesdays.
there.
My daughters love that show.
Yeah, they have it, and
Huge.
if you look at it, it's a lot about storytelling and IP, intellectual property, and then Netflix is such a good repository for all of this
Yeah.
stuff that they got. So it's such a smart move for them to kind of make that into a real experience. Like if
Yeah,
you look at
these
the
are like
tagline,
little mini theme parks, basically. It's like a
yeah,
mini.
yeah, yeah. It's like a little
That's
Dave and Buster's. Like the tagline on the Netflix on the wall outside and online, it says Netflix just got real.
Yeah,
mm,
So
that's a
it's no
great.
longer, yeah, it's
I
no
can
longer
picture
just
that.
streaming. It's
Yeah.
basically embedded in your DNA, and everyone loves to tell the stories. Like everyone loves to tell you what happened on that on
Well, yeah, like your favorite
Wednesdays.
show and everything, like the Wednesdays and all. And if all of a sudden you could go and physically interact with, something that
that's
is
super
like,
cool. Are these
the Addams
temporary?
Family.
Like, do they rotate them out and it's like a pop-up, or is it just like a permanent once they?
It's a permanent facility, yeah. So they
Okay.
feature quite a bit of these IPs and properties, and it's going to gather momentum. And they just announced a brand new location in Vegas.
Ooh,
So
that's the
That totally
place.
makes sense. Vegas.
That
yeah,
totally
Vegas,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. You mix wasted people with Netflix, fantastic.
Right, right. I mean,
Gonna have fun, gonna have fun.
that was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was like our band, Hansel. You mix music with wasted people. You mix a
That's
lot of
right.
things with wasted people, and it's fun.
Successful.
We,
Exactly.
we
That's
we also
awesome.
work with another group a few years back called Meow Wolf. It's a collective
Yeah,
group of have you
that
been
was
to
in Vegas.
those
Don't they
I've
have
been
some
there
kind of
once.
museum or
Yeah,
something like that? Was it in is it in Vegas or is it
it's
in
in
like
Vegas. At least one of them.
Yeah,
They might have
there's
a few others.
I believe there's four location. One, it's a huge installation. It's basically a bunch of artists getting together and almost creating a storyline for their
Hmm.
exhibits. So in the original Meow Wolf concept, they basically took over a bowling alley, and their funder was R.R. Martin, the guy who created Game of Thrones, and he
hmm.
gave them some seed money, and
Oh, that's
a
cool.
lot of artists came
So
together
cool.
and just rather than having an open gallery like you see in every place in LA and
Right, which gets a little
they
staunchy.
made it into a big story. Like you enter into a house, and the house is not quite exactly like a house. So you'll start seeing the house walls start to melt, or
No.
you open up the laundry, the laundry machine, and then it's basically a slide. So you have to physically
That's
slide
awesome.
In
into the
it,
washing machine.
You
awesome.
guys are part
Yeah.
of that. That's amazing. That is about the coolest job that I can think of. I used to think it's the coolest job is like a game designer or game developer or something. But you take the cake, man. So
Yeah.
so in your
Now, there's a lot
company,
of people that we work with that are super creative. Like, I mean, these guys have, I mean, I challenge AI to match their brain power because it's just the
hmm.
stuff that's, I don't know
Yeah,
what they're
there's no
smoking, but
way.
they
The
have some good stuff in them.
creativity,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Well, I
cannot
was going to
match
ask
that.
because like Asians typically are not known for creativity. At least that's the myth, right? We're known for the math and science. How many people on the team are Asian? And do you find that there's any sort of racial stereotyping that we can put
That's
Yeah.
against?
true. They're like, you do the math part, Grayson.
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Right?
They have to pay me for it, and I'm
Yeah.
getting everything wrong for. I mean, to be honest,
Yeah,
my math
that's
is
right.
horrible. But you're right. I don't, I haven't. You know what's funny is I don't see it because I don't believe in it. I mean, I know it exists, but I look beyond that. And um, growing up in Hawaii, it was mostly Asians in Hawaii. So to deal with any kind of racism for, white, black, or Latin, then we never kind of grew up with that. Everything was just making fun of each other, you know? So and if you look at my group, my guys are all different nationalities and all different countries. We have guys who
Cool.
are the best they're located in Japan. The one guy is located in Shanghai, another guy is located in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
We have guys located in we
That's
have
cool.
Filipinos and
Yeah.
they're everywhere. If you have a
So they
creativity,
don't all just have the look of like the 60s free child. That's to me
no, no,
like
no, no, no.
that's the creative type, right? I
All
mean,
We
right.
do we do have a couple of those. So if a client wants to see that,
then you put
You put that guy
we'll
up
put
front.
them in front.
highlight that. Yeah, put
Yeah,
them in
we'll
the
put them in
front.
front.
Be like, we
There's
got
the
the
answer. So Asians can be creative too.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
cool. Well,
right.
you have you're living such an interesting life. This is, I mean, congrats on everything you've done. So, speaking of that, like in terms of your life, what would you think of as the proudest thing that you have in your life?
proudest thing. Uh, I think the proudest thing is staying married and and learning how to deal with life as it comes. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's the most.
That's awesome.
I think it's not a thing that I've achieved. Like the proudest thing is I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I've never, and that doesn't strike. The proudest thing is raising my kids and having them love me as a family. And I think being a good dad, I think that's the most proudest thing. That's the only reason why I'm working, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I don't work for, I mean, I have no wants. I mean, if you ask my wife, she'll kill me, but I have no wants. I don't want a expensive car or expensive. I mean, it's that's all gone now. It's out of my. The only thing I want is to have a happy family and make sure that everyone is secure. And I think that fuels me a lot.
Yeah,
To
man.
make them.
Despite all the awesome things you've done, it's all about family. In the end, it's all about family. That's great.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the coolest thing ever. And then at the end is have your kids look up to you. Like, oh,
Yeah.
my dad, be the cooler dad than the other guy. If my friend if she's talking to her friend and her dad's a doctor, is like he's a surgeon, which is a true story. He's a surgeon. He just fixes hearts. That doesn't compute. But my dad, he does Disney and Netflix stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, oh, amazing!"
Because it's so unique, man, especially for an Asian, but it's so unique. Everybody's a doctor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you talk to the other dad, who's a surgeon, he's dry. He's very dry, so he's not going to get any points. From they talk to me, and I'm like, "Oh my
You're cool.
God,
You're cool.
they're cool."
All right, man. Wayne, throw in that sound. Gong. All right. So that is
Haru. Haru.
Haru. That is our
Time for
signal for
Haru.
jumping into the Haru quiz. So we're going to end this podcast with a couple of questions about how Asian are you? Otherwise
That's
known.
Right.
I hope I answer this well.
So yeah, Grace, I mean, you lived in so many Asian countries. You better get 100% off.
I don't think. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do some semi. Well, I'll give you the first one is Disney related. The other ones are Hawaii related. So the first one I hope
Let's
is
see.
easy.
Let's see.
Wayne, you better know this one too. All right, and it's so easy. I'll
Let's
give
see.
you like
The other
3
kind of
seconds.
C, not the SEA or the letter
Let's see,
C.
the third C.
SEE.
I'll give you 3 seconds to answer this. Grayson, ready?
All right.
Who's the voice of the original Mulan?
Coco Lee. Is it?
Okay, I'll give you more than 3 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, let's think back. Wayne can't even think of it. Okay, I thought it
I
was-
can't even think of it. I'm blank.
original Mulan?
I mean,
Okay,
I'm picturing the
Mulan.
Mulan and I'm picturing the voice, and I kind of think I know, but I don't know the name. So there you
She's
go.
a really big Asian actress. Now,
Lucy Liu. I have no. No.
this is Ming Na Wen.
Oh, Ming-Na. Ming-Na.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
There
still
we
got
go.
it. You got
Sorry.
There you
it.
go. She's
But Coco
she's
Lee, she did sing the song, right? Did she?
I think she did. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she was
See,
also
so
in the
you do get that part.
real life
Okay, there you
version
go. Thank you.
that they had.
There you go.
Okay, all right. So let's move to the Hawaii side then. Okay, so you live in Hawaii all your life. So Daniel Day Kim, I think, still lives in Hawaii. I think, but he travels a lot.
If we're stalking him properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daniel Day Kim, I hear he's a really nice guy, by the way, for somebody who has met him. What was his breakout role on TV? What TV show?
Not Hawaii Five-0, right?
Not Hawaii
Right,
Five-0. That's right.
The one right before
That's
that.
correct. It was the one right
Was it
before that.
Lost?
It is Lost.
Lost.
That was
It is
the
lost.
big, yeah.
I did hear he's a cool guy. I did hear that. That's
Have you ran into him?
locals,
I mean,
so-
Hawaii is such a small community. Have you run into him?
No, I have not. But I am close neighbors with Kevin Federline.
Kevin Federline.
The Britney Spears husband,
Yes.
right? Isn't he
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
the dad of, or they're not, they got a nasty divorce, right? And then they,
Oh, hilarious.
but Kevin Federline.
Okay.
Or are they?
So, I don't know how nasty it is.
Yeah, right, I guess.
Okay. So, yeah, actually, Daniel Day Kim has this new show out on Amazon Prime called Butterfly. Have you heard of it?
I did
Wayne,
hear.
did
I
you
saw
see it?
Yeah.
I
I'll
still
watch it
haven't
because of
even
him.
seen it. I hate to say that. It's on my to-do list. Got to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It was like really good, and then I thought it had a weird ending, but I thought it was pretty good in the middle.
Yeah. If I see him at Costco, I'll mention.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of celebrities at Costco.
Oh, really? Are you, is
Yeah.
that which one? Hawaii Kai side? Are you
Hawaii
on?
Kai. Hawaii. Hey, good Hawaii Kai. Yeah.
So is that where you live around Hawaii
Yeah,
Kai?
I live in Hawaii Kai. Yeah.
Yeah.
The east side of the island. Yeah.
And there,
Yeah.
you really bump into celebrities at Costco?
Who else lives over there?
Uh, you know the Asian actor on the back of the poster of Hawaii Five-0? Look, he's this.
On the back of the
You,
poster,
you
Hawaii
probably
Five.
know. If you
Back of
look
the
up Hawaii
poster.
5-0 on the back, he's like a doctor. He's my other neighbor. He's another guy.
How did he get on the post? I mean, what is his
Yeah,
role if he's
he was
not?
a
I
doctor.
think he's the comic relief guy.
Oh, not Bobby Lee.
Uh,
Bobby Lee?
is
No,
that
not
Bobby?
Bobby.
Oh,
No,
Oh, that would have
not
been
Bobby.
insane.
that would be, that guy's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't live in Hawaii. Yeah,
He
yeah.
wouldn't live in
Ain't
Hawaii.
no way. It's too slow. Too slow for
Too
him.
slow for him. He needs some party scenes.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. All right. One last question about Hawaii. So Punahou is the most, probably the most famous high school in Hawaii. This one I'll
Yeah.
give you a multiple choice because it's kind of hard. So we all know that Barack Obama went to Punahou long time
Yes.
ago. Who of these I'll give you four options. Who of these other four, which one of these other four, one or more, also went to Punahou? Jason Momoa, Bruno Mars, The Rock, or Sun Yat-sen, the founder of Taiwan?
Sun Yat-sen? Or, I mean, Jason Momoa
Uh,
is what, Aquaman, right?
Uncle Man, yep. And Bruno
I don't think
Mars?
any of them went. Sun Yat-sen went to Iolani.
He did. And you know what? He
I'll give
also
you
went
some
to
credit
Punahou.
there.
Oh, went to Bono too.
He went to Punahou for like half a semester.
Oh,
One,
well,
one
Yeah.
semester, I think
Iolani
that's
has
right.
a statue of Sun Yat-sen,
Does
so
he?
Bono
Oh,
does
really? I
not.
didn't. So he went there for a long time. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I
Yeah,
should update
yeah.
this quiz question. That's
Yeah.
crazy though, because what does he have to do with Hawaii? Like he's the China
I don't know.
guy.
He's a landmark in Iolani where kids go and meet and make sure that who's this Chinese guy in the middle of. So
Yeah.
my my daughter goes to Iolani summer school and went to say, and then I had explained to him the Sun Yat-sen father of modern China thing and
Oh,
the whole communism and Chiang
Wow.
Kai-shek and Sun
yeah.
Yat-sen and Mao Zedong history. And
Wow.
then she's like, let's have shave ice. Forget it.
Yeah.
Like I
She's
don't
like,
care.
this is just too deep.
Yeah, too much.
Let's go get some shaved ice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah,
the
yeah.
right call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I put that as a question because I thought it was so random that he was there. I mean, I didn't know about
No,
the.
I didn't know. I didn't know. And I guess bonus points. Bruno Mars went to the same elementary school that's next to my house, Cocoa Head
Oh,
Elementary
really?
School.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, the Cocoa Head, the elementary school that's right at the bottom of Cocoa Head, the trail.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You're really good at
yeah, yeah.
knowing your Hawaii, huh?
I've been to Hawaii quite a few
He,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So do you know who all the where Jason Momoa went or The Rock?
I I know The Rock went to McKinley High
Yep,
School,
McKinley. That's right.
and I
Oh.
know Jason Momoa. He did not go to high school
Oh,
in there. He went to school someplace in the mainland, I think.
oh, really?
Yeah. But he associates himself very well with Nanakuli and Waianae, like the rougher parts of town.
Oh,
But
why not?
Wow.
Really? Oh, interesting. That's
yeah.
pretty
But
wild.
hey,
Wow.
if whatever he does for, and I have drinks with him, no problem. If he
Yeah,
invites me,
Yeah,
seems like a good
absolutely.
dude. He seems like a good
Seems
dude.
like a funny, good dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, cool. You know your stuff, Grayson.
Thank you.
More than you say you do.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
let's wrap this up with the life tip that you would like to tell your Asian brethren.
Oh, I think through I'm 55, 54 years old. So now I think for those out there who have no direction in life, I think it's if you are persistent and don't, I know this sounds so cliche and everyone says just don't give up. But I think that is so important to know that persistence is the key to winning everything. Even if you're trying to date a super hot chick, persistence will
That is
break
true.
everything
Yeah.
down, and then you just keep on going. And I
Is that how
think
you met
that's
your
how
wife?
I become successful.
Yeah, is
Yeah, and
that how
then
you
in
you
life,
just
it's
didn't
all
give
about
up?
persistence. I think,
Yeah.
some clients tell me, okay, I got it, I got it, I got it. We're gonna get you something. Don't worry. So basically, persistence is the most important thing, and knowing how to be. And this is where the Chinese comes in. influential Hong Kongese gave me this advice. He said you have to learn how to be persistent, but 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 nice. So you have to learn how to smile and
Right.
keep on asking, and I think that's basically um, he told me the whole story of why Yum Cha exists. Because Yum Cha exists because if you're at a bypass and you can't figure things out for business, then you invite them for Yum Cha
Oh,
to,
yum cha, like general yum cha,
yeah,
general
yeah,
become
general
yum
Yum
cha,
Cha.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
then you can basically win them over by Yum Cha. Then
Oh,
because it
really?
becomes
Okay. I have
a
no idea
culture.
what you guys are talking about now.
Oh, you
You've
don't
never heard of
know?
yum cha,
I
really?
don't know.
Oh,
What is
sorry.
that?
It's
Some kind of
basically dim
tea?
The
sum.
dim sum, it's like in the
Oh,
morning
dim
time.
sum.
Yeah, yeah, in the very beginning, it's like it's a time when it's not a meal just to kind of gorge down a bunch of food. It's more of I was taught it's more of a social thing, and then it's
Gotcha.
become more of a thing of talking and then enjoying little bits of food and then teaching
Right.
people about culture
Yeah.
and then if
That's
you're in
so
a
cool.
bypass, you can always talk business in Yum Cha.
Yeah.
Yum
I like
cha.
that persistence, but nice through
But
yum cha.
nice. Because otherwise you could be
And you're a
annoying
dick,
and
yeah.
then you're kind of
Jokey,
a dick.
persistent, and
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Persistent and nice is
The
key.
Colgate person said this to me. She gave me some compliments. She goes, she said, I like working with you because you're persistent aggressive.
She
She
didn't
Right,
told
say
me
right.
nice.
persistent aggressive.
Like you never gave up. I guess you just kept asking them, "Hey, do you have a business for me or this?" And you would just keep
Well, I
checking
think the
back, and then
key is not persistence is one thing, but learning how to go around something. For example, you can't just keep on asking a person, give me this, give me that.
hmm
So I think being raised by my Chinese mom and my dad would be like, you got to learn what to say. You have to learn what do they need, and then maybe there's an opportunity through there. So, for example,
hmm
if you say,
Yeah.
hire me as an architect, hire me, rather than doing that, you should approach people who goes, I noticed that you should have a bigger space here and you don't have enough
Mm,
sunlight coming through your
Yeah.
room.
right.
It would be helpful if you open a window here, or,
Yeah, I see.
you need a roof cover over here.
Yeah.
You learn different ways of getting what you want. And I think
Yeah.
And using
that's,
your persistence with that.
Creativity and niceness. Well, that's awesome. A good advice for everybody. Grayson, man, thanks for being on this podcast today. I mean, you have such a cool job. I think all kids would love you that talk to you.
no,
Congrats on
no,
what you
okay.
got.
Anyone in Hawaii, just reach out to me. I'll show you around the island. No problem.
That's awesome. You need to
Yeah,
start at Disneyland, Hawaii. Then I'll definitely reach out to you.
Yeah.
that's true. You could start the next one. Get them to hire you to build it.
Yeah, yeah. If you got $3 billion, we'd be more than
Yeah.
happy to
Yeah, William, let's pull
anything
that
you
out of
want.
the account. Couple
Okay.
billion dollars.
Well, I'm gonna be persistent about making my first billion, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
We are sponsored by none other than the Coder School, a company that teaches kids how to code with over 70 locations all around the country. So if you're interested in getting kids to code, head online and check us out. Learn to code, change the world. Thanks for listening.